Heal to feel. Let's start this journey together. Hi guys, welcome back to Heal to Feel.
Hello.
I'm joined with my beauty over here, MJ.
You're beautiful.
My beauty.
You're cute, Jeans.
And we got an awesome guest today, the love doctor. We got Dr. Etel Leit. Welcome.
Thank you. Honored to be here with the two beauties. Yeah.
Oh, we got another beauty queen here. But I'm really excited today. You got all the credentials, which we'll go over, but we are going to talk about relationships, sex, connections, the whole deal, which, everybody can relate to. But Dr. Etel, you are obviously looking at relationships with emotional intelligence. You have a PhD in psychology. And you also have a master's in leadership and education, which is amazing. And you have
really impressive.
How many books have you come out with?
The fifth one just came last Tuesday.
Five books. Okay.
Congratulations.
And
Thank you.
It says you're the best-selling author of UnAddicted to You and the Emotional Code. Right there, as you guys can all see.
Wow.
And it says you've been featured on shows like CNN, NBC, KTLA, Fox. So that's exciting. She's got a lot of stuff to share with us. I want to.
I just did a TEDx. I'm just kind of like, that's a big one.
Yeah, she got a TEDx. So that's really exciting. And what was the subject matter on that?
Love and relationships, right?
Wonderful.
How to bring love and relationship back when it's kind of like, so.
And you work with,
really
do you do couples therapy and singles?
Yes. So I do singles who want to be in a relationship and in love, in real authentic love, and couples which want to go back to love. So it's all about, let's get back to love and real authentic relationship, not just the fake transactional. We will talk about it.
And do you find that after a while, I mean, I've known my husband, I'm 44 and I've known him since we were 15. It's not a whole easy journey, it was on and off when we were young, but what do you find? Do you find that it gets old and people get out of love? Do you find that people go in and out of falling in love with their spouse? What do you find?
It's such a great question. And think about it, about our lives. We change. Right? The person that I am today, the person that you are today is not the same person that you were 15 years ago, right? We have different needs, different feelings, different people that we know. We evolve even physically, right? Sometimes when you look, what? This is the person? Can you imagine with another person that you share a bed with? So in a way, it's not about learning to be with each other statically all the time. It's how you grow together. And that's the beauty. And to accept, because as we grow, growing is not easy. Right? Sometimes we go to challenges in life individually, and sometimes we go into challenges with other people. And can you imagine with two? So the idea is how to support each other through my challenges, right? So I have a challenge, and guess who will bring the most challenges is the person that you live with. He's the person that will, in a way, hurt you the most and heal you the most. And I love how, the name of your podcast is Heal to Feel, because you only heal through being vulnerable with another person, the closest to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you find is, what's your definition of intimacy?
Ooh. So the easy one is into me, I see. Okay. That's just to remember. Intimacy.
That's already jarring.
I love that.
Me, I see.
I don't want to see inside myself.
Wow. Because you can have sex a lot.
You said something really sorry. Yeah. What did you say?
Well, first of all, most of the people that I know who've been married for a long time, I've been married for a long time and in the relationship for a long time.
What is a long time?
10 years ago we met, and 7 years ago we married. And I think that a lot of relationships change after you have a child. I think a lot of relationships changed during this COVID thing, this global experience. And, you hear about the spark, but I also am interested in the relationship that we need to have with ourselves, whether we had a baby or not. Yeah. We can find women, we can find a stretch mark on our thigh, and suddenly we discount our own beauty, right? And so we've been fed these perfect images through the magazines from a young age, and we're measuring ourselves up to them. And, you know, this age of influencers is not any different.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, we're going to go back to sex. I promise you.
Oh,
No,
right?
I
totally.
was
But,
just saying,
yes.
even with that, once you answer that, and you can tie
course.
that in,
Yeah.
you know, people think sex is
It's
intimacy,
intimacy.
but
Exactly.
there's so much more to intimacy.
Thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
they immediately, oh, intimacy, sex, and
Yeah.
they're like, okay. And sex and intimacy is they meet somewhere, but it's not the same thing. And thank you for bringing it. Yes, women, society now, and I think about Gen Z, right? They're all about compare and despair. I'm comparing myself always to the outside. You know, there is a research that came out, I believe, 8 months ago, that college students today have less sex than any other era. Less sex because they are so afraid to actually meet people. They do everything, you know, through.
So who just said
Right?
that to me?
Yeah.
Somebody was just telling me they don't want to be touched.
It was,
They don't. Oh,
think-
my friend Maya. We were talking about it the other night with Scary Sherry. She's like, the new generation. They don't want to be touched. They're not having sex.
Right. Not only
of the
touched,
screens.
it's just devastating. Look at each other's eyes. Look what we're doing right now. Right? Just look at each other's eyes. We're connecting. Right? And that is into me, I see. Because oftentimes we look at the world, you know, outside, but there is another person who is our partner, our lover, our husband, our wife, whatever it is, that looking at me. And I look at myself through their eyes and how much I allow myself. And when I change, it's scary because, yeah, how fun it is in the beginning when the dopamine rush is all over my body. Woo! You know, everything, you know, we're thinking about what they're thinking about us and when we're going to see them. And it's literally dopamine and serotonin. So serotonin is actually when we touch, that's the touch, right? And dopamine is the feeling of being loved, feeling of love. And unfortunately, this generation is moving it into outside dopamine and serotonin, which is from gaming, social media, filters. That's what they get the happiness. And then it's the feeling of empty, right? So the relationship in the beginning looks like it's really intense and beautiful and fulfilling. But then what happens when all the dopamine rush is dissipating? Then what we do, okay? And it's very easy to put the other person down or put myself down on every, what did you say? Every mark, every scar, every little, you know, wrinkle, right? And then we go into the self-loathing or criticizing. And then what's left, you know? For me, the definition of love, are you curious?
Yeah.
Do you want to know?
Of course.
Definition of love is acceptance.
Yes.
Deeper. Self-acceptance. So I've been in a show a week ago. I love dancing. And this show was really interactive. So the performer had like this interactive thing. And there was one thing that touched me. And he said, love is accepting yourself and then share it with other people. Because when you accept yourself, you accept the person next to you.
And so many of us want to change, or we see the potential in someone.
Yeah.
And you're just banging your head against a wall trying to change them. When in reality, you know, even Kabbalah teaches you, like, you change. And he says, if you raise your energy and they don't meet you there, they'll be replaced. Right?
Yeah. Oh my God. You also study Kabbalah?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah. I love
Ding,
Kabbalah.
ding, another thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is that, and then most women find themselves in the cycle of wanting to change their partner. Change him, fix him, heal him, all that. Yeah. Right? Because the knowing, the understanding, the self, the whys of us, we know what's better and we can do it like that, right? Like women can multitask in 2 seconds, but then we find ourselves kind of like treating them as they were a project and not mutual love. Let's fix them.
Or save them.
Yeah.
I
Heal them.
was
Change them.
you know, that person, you know.
Me too.
I was always drawn to people that had severe wounds, but they're beautiful souls. And, you know, really you're not looking within yourself. You want to look elsewhere.
Yeah. And I have it. That's the part that I bring my ultimate
magnifying
tools.
glass?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So
Oh,
this
that's
is
so
the
cute.
sentence from my UnAddicted to You. It's my 3rd book. Okay. It's a whole chapter there. Okay. You ready? Put down the magnifying glass and pick up the mirror.
Right.
and make sure it's a heart mirror, right? Okay. So put down a magnifying glass. Stop micromanaging. What did he do? Even people that got divorced, there are two ways of getting divorced. Put down the magnifying glass. The kids ate and didn't eat, and pick up the mirror. It's something that you definitely have to look within. And like you, I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is a say that I say, you can never change anyone unless complete. So you can never change anyone unless
You change yourself.
they're wearing
They wanna
diaper.
That's
I
great.
love that.
Can never change anyone unless they're wearing diaper. Then you can change them. Nobody changes because you want to.
That's true.
Right? How many moms want to change their gamer kids or addict kids? I mean, we really want. You can't. It's and us too, right? I've been through. I got it.
So do you feel like what experiences did you have that brought you to doing what you do?
Oh wow, big question.
Yes.
And then I would love to know about your experiences.
Okay.
I was in a long-term relationship with amazing person who's the dad of my children, and I tried to fix him so he can be better. He went through his whole journey. It's all in this book, by the way, so I talk about it a lot. And a lot of addiction in the household, really nice, the white picket house, the traveling, the everything that I can imagine. But inside, I didn't have my own life. I had a life of someone else, because when he was better, and there were moments that everything was amazing, I was soothed. I was like, oh, finally. And then again, the cycle, and then again, a cycle. And that's because in my household, I saw this relationship with my parents, of a mom that wants to fix a dad so she can feel soothed. So she can never look at the mirror, right?
I see.
And I didn't want that. I said, okay, I'm going to marry someone that I will never, ever get divorced to. But I repeated it because I never looked within. And that was the beginning of my journey, which was hell. I actually had a near-death experience. I talk about it in my book. I saw the white light. I wanted to die because I felt that I'm lying all the time, lying to myself.
In your marriage?
In my marriage. And it took me after that 3 years to say, I'm taking the risk because I know I'm someone. I didn't know who it is, but I'm someone. And I had my career and everything, but it wasn't as strong and authentic as it did today. And this is how I started helping people, and more and more and more, and just grew. And when you do something that you intend to do, what happens? It just grows, right? Mm-hmm. So thank you for asking.
And the blockages come away. As far as your near-death experience, was that an accident?
We were visiting. I was visiting by myself my brother's wedding, and I couldn't take the kids back in the time. And when I came, I had some, I thought it was food poisoning. And moms, when we have food poisoning, what do?
Keep going on.
Keep going on. It's okay. Slowly, my body just went into a shock mode to the place that I didn't differentiate between night and day. I was just in bed, throwing up a lot until I just collapsed. Took me to do IV, went back home, and then I collapsed in the bathroom. Heartbeat of going 21, 20, 19.
Oh, God.
Ironically, he found me with my heartbeat. Paramedics came, revived me on my daughter's bed. Was connected to machines for 3 weeks because my heartbeat wouldn't go up 35.
That's crazy.
And the physical thing, and there is the physical because he just had a podcast about it.
We literally were just talking about that because he said the automatic nervous system will just shut down. Yeah. And he was talking so much about the heart-brain connection.
Yeah.
Your body just couldn't take it anymore.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow. The psyche, the soul said, enough. If you're not going to do something,
I'm going to do it.
And I actually didn't divorce after. And I remember driving, next to the 405, there is the veteran cemetery. And I looked one day and I said, that's how you want to end your life? And a voice said, no, I'm done. With all the pain that I caused my kids back in the time I thought so, I took the risk. And I can't even tell you how many men and women, not only women, men and women, come to me with being sick, because they don't live authentic life, because they lie to themselves every day, because they're afraid to take the risk. Change is risk, right? Yeah.
That's incredible.
So
Because
in your in your household, you had what you thought was healthy parenting examples, or a healthy example of what a mother and father role should be.
Oh, the other way around.
Oh, what tell?
no, her parents,
no.
she repeated the cycle.
But no, I mean, I understand that, but I'm saying at the time when you were a child, did you say when you, and you can share, if you can share if you can share things like how old your kids were and how young you were when you were a child to help us, fill in the story in our imagination. I'm imagining you, and I'm wondering, were you looking at your mom and dad saying, my mom deserves better. Look what she's doing. She's trying to work so hard to make him better. Or what was your young mind thinking at the time that you were a child living at home? That's what I'm interested in. Right.
Yeah. So first, I was born in Jerusalem, right? And I don't know if you know that, but there is a phrase, good girl Jerusalem, right? It's a real phrase. When people ask me, so where are you from? I say, I'm a good girl. And if you live in Israel, oh, she's from Jerusalem, because it's the syndrome, good girl Jerusalem. So I'm the oldest of 6. And I was born into parents who dad was outside of the house, working / looking at other beautiful women, and a gorgeous, beautiful, blonde, green eyes, unbelievable mom who chased my dad, because when she caught him doing whatever he doesn't have to do or was thinking that he's doing, then she would feel good. I caught him, he's back home. And how many women today do that? I'll cat him. I'll feel good about it. I'll shame him. I'll blame him, and then the honeymoon, dopamine, serotonin, and then again and again. And this is the cycle. And finally, when I was 14 years old, my dad left my mom, and my youngest brother was 3 months old. It's all in this book.
And he decided to leave. The nerve of him, instead of him at least staying to. But he was a blessing, right?
I don't know exactly who decided to leave. If she left him, if he left, I mean,
Kicked him out.
who knows? She kicked him out many times.
And what do you find is, because I've heard 2 things. I've heard, people are so worried, stay together for the kids, stay together for the kids, when in reality you're hurting the kids. I would much rather a child sees a loving relationship, right? Is it more how the divorce is handled that messes up a child? Is it the broken home? Because there's such a stigma, and people are so afraid, and I see time after time they stay, and then the kids leave to college, and then they do it. So what?
Yeah, and Gwyneth Paltrow came up with this conscious divorce.
Conscious uncoupling, yeah.
Exactly, conscious uncoupling, which is really about how you do it. When couples come to me and they're thinking already about the divorce, this is the way that you tell the kids, right? Instead of having one, and then you fill in the blank with a feeling, one sad home, one intense home, one quiet home, one whatever home, you can actually have 2 happy homes. And I can tell you one gift that I gave my children, and I see also my clients give it to their children, when you work on yourself, because you can get uncoupled or divorced and be very bitter about it, AKA my mom, right? Very bitter on it.
Because there's usually one person that's not stable or reactive,
Right? Or, and they seem like, Mom, I'm the happiest, and I've ever been. Right? And I'm in an amazing relationship who is really reciprocal. So to answer your question is, yes, I've seen that. And I swore I will never do it. I'll never do it. So I really chose a great man who never cheated on me, ever. I knew that. I can say it 100%. We never cheat on each other, which was my greatest fear. But then because I didn't work on myself on this really, it's a big wound, right? It came again. So this is what people do. We all have wound. I have one. We all have this wound that when someone touches it, it hurts. Ouch! When if I touch here, it's not.
Does that come out as triggers?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then your partner will just trigger.
Yeah.
Until you work it with yourself, and then all you do is blame the person. But you did it, and you did it. The healthy conversation, it will be like, ouch. That hurt. You can do whatever you do, right? Because I can't decide on anyone what to do. But let me share with you. And that's a conversation that I have, by the way, with my partner today. But this, I need to share with you what I was feeling when that happened. That was hurting because every time it happens, it takes me into addiction or into cheating or into whatever the person. And that takes work with me to actually realize what is this painful part? What is the trigger? And then being vulnerable to open to say, ouch, because it's taking a risk when we tell someone ouch and say it, right? How beautiful if that will be the relationship, first with ourselves, then with another person.
Yeah, we had a doctor, Dr. Judy Rosenberg. She's also a psychologist, and she made up the mind map therapy, and she goes through the core wounds. But what it allowed when I did that therapy with my husband is instead of the wounds being triggers for everybody and getting annoyed that your partner's being reactive, it kind of shifted into compassion, right? You can be like, oh, I see why you reacted that way. Let me have compassion for that little boy or little girl.
And if I really, really love you, even if it's a friend, why would I repeat doing the things that hurting you?
Right.
I can do it with myself, I can do it with other, but not with you. If I really like to do it, I mean, we can come up with examples if you want from your relationship. Why not? Right?
I have to say, I started to work that into my marriage for I don't know when I had the epiphany where I was like, okay, how do I talk to my friends? I'm very kind with my friends. We obviously don't have the intimate connection. My friends are not my husband. But when you catch yourself and say, would I talk to you about something the way, so that mirror that I learned to hold is, some people, one of my girlfriends would say, my husband is always gone, to work all day and resentful because I am stuck at home with the kids. Then the husband is like, you get to be at home. It's very peaceful. Do you know what I have to deal with out there? When I come home, they both feel so neglected on two separate islands because neither of them is giving each other compassion for what they each went through, which is their own set of valid emotions. So the connection that you need to have needs to be like, that's my honey, that's my best friend, that's my husband, that's my homie that's coming through the door that I want to love and make and feel that connection. And then what happens is, are we too tired to do that intimacy thing? You said, I love me, myself, whatever. Like, we're tired.
I see.
I see intimate. Like, because
That's so good.
it's like, am I tired? Like, most of the time, the thing that we're supposed to do for ourselves, for our husbands, for our whatever, it's like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm just going to can't we just watch a movie and then go to bed? So to me, that's the big cycle of having that. What is he going through? Instead of me being focused on just for instance, the mess I made, or the mess he made, be like, girl, you also are a mess. He made you. That's your mess. That's your mess. This is our mess. Let's figure it out together. And then hopefully we can figure it out together.
Yeah. Beautiful how you described it. And it's amazing how each person is actually waiting for the other person to be first. Right? So it's like, because we all want one thing since we were born.
To be
Connection.
seen.
That's it.
Oh, to be seen.
Beautiful. To be seen. We all want to be seen. When a baby is born, they cry to survive. They're going to die if you're not going to touch them, hug them, look at them. Okay, how many kids in the world are actually came to use substance or anything else because they were neglected? Okay, and when you see a child, that's love. And how many couples, I mean, I'm sure if your husband comes every day and look at you first without doing anything, just acknowledge, right? And hug and kiss, boom, that's connection.
Yes.
Right? And that will be like, I didn't even look about his mess. I'll do anything.
Right.
But then each couple, each person in the partnership is looking for the other person to do it. Right? So I'm a big believer of a king and a queen. I do. You will hear me on my social media, although I don't show his face. He is my king. I call him my king. I don't, sorry, all the feminism in the world.
I agree with you. There
I'm
are
not
roles.
a feminist.
Sorry,
Yep.
there's roles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry, I said it. Don't come for me.
We don't
same
need to
thing.
apologize either, because we're talking about our opinion and the importance of respecting a perspective, which is that you're prioritizing when we first meet each other, and the endorphins and the dopamine and the whatever the hormones, where we're prioritizing each other. We're giving the other person our best, our A game. And then we move in and the bills start to come in and there's kids and there's problems. And then we're so buried under that
Stress.
relationship instead of the one where we're all perched up and waxed and buffed and like energized to like give it that 100.
And I do find that people that have it reversed, where the woman is the sole provider, the roles are reversed, and suddenly the man feels emasculated, and there's something internal, because I do think back in the day they were hunters and gatherers, and that's what we were
Talk my
wired.
language, right?
We were wired to do that. Men provide. Women nurture. Now, it doesn't mean women shouldn't work. I think women, if they have passions, they should
back
work.
then.
But they should know that if they stop working, my man takes care of me. My man's the provider. I'm not saying you shouldn't have two incomes. I'm just saying there are roles. And when I have seen them reversed, it ends up not being a healthy relationship.
Like Kelly Clarkson, she famously had, it's like no matter who you are, it's like the sweetest girl in the world and so hugely successful, but he's emasculated, and that's not the woman's fault, because a man he feels the way he feels on his own. He doesn't, it's I think the feeling of feeling emasculated for a man doesn't have to do with what the woman does. She can't do it.
No.
She can't control it.
It's him knowing that he is taking care of his family first and foremost.
But I'm going to put a footnote. Some couples, it's the agreement.
Right,
the
okay.
woman is, so I don't call it a man and a woman in my work.
Okay.
I call it masculine energy, feminine energy. Some couples, he takes on the feminine energy and she take the masculine energy.
Yeah.
I have same-sex marriage, right? And one is feminine energy, one is masculine energy. The question is, what is the agreement from the beginning? Did you come as it knowing that you're the masculine? Do you want to be the masculine, or you rather be with a woman in the tribe, do all the work in the tribe, and go and collect the fruit, and she's going to hunt for the, big animals, right?
Okay.
What is the agreement from the beginning? And it's really up to the couples. I know some couples that he's actually stays at home with the kids because she can bring a lot of money and she loves her work, and they're really doing it very well. So who takes upon what energy?
But
it
true,
is- that
because
is true.
some women they don't like to be at home, and they are allergic to boiling any water for the pasta, or and they are happy that because there are some men, like men who are chefs and creatives, who actually like to be nurturing, and they I mean, at the end of the day, a carpenter is like a homemaker. So I can totally see that if both people in that situation are fulfilling their roles.
Yeah, that makes sense. But then do you find that if the woman is the sole provider, do you feel like there's a certain way maybe that she talks to the man that, do you find that it's still a healthy relationship? Because for me, I think there's something in the brain knowing like I'm providing for the family, without me, they can't survive.
Absolutely. It's like, so I don't know. It's really, again, it's how the agreement,
Yeah,
right? There are
that
men
does
who are
make
sole
sense.
provider who come and talk down to the wife, right? I mean, it really depends. What is it? Because they feel like, oh, she, like you said, she's sitting at home, she's doing nothing. And how did we agree? It's really, people go into weddings, right? And let, a rabbi, priest, anything decide without really sitting together and say, what is the agreement between us?
That's interesting.
What are we doing? So that brings me into the 3 V's in every relationship. Are you curious to know what are the 3 V's? I made it up. You can't find it in any research. I find out that this is how people connect. By the way, also friendships, but definitely, couples. Okay. So the first, on dating app or in a meeting or in a party or anything that you meet a partner, how do you know if you like the person or not? What is the
Vibration.
Yes. Oh, I love that. And I call it the
girl.
vibe. It's the vibration.
vibe.
I love that. I'm taking it. It's the vibe, right? It's like, do I like the person or I don't like the person? It's not only the look, by the way, it's the smell, because we are all, mumbles. It's like, she can be gorgeous, he can be like, I don't know, whatever. And the second you smell,
Yeah.
That's why couples that are in love and they, travel apart, they take each other shirt, that, right? So first it's the vibe, right? That's first V. Second one is, you want to guess or?
No, I mean, I can't.
That was
no
great,
isn't,
by the way.
No as in I don't know. What's another V? What's another V?
V. Vitality? No.
No.
Values.
Values.
The values, right? So some
smart.
people, values of family is really important.
Yes.
Some values religion. Some family is the spirituality. I mean, there are a whole array of values. Do we agree on the values? Right? Maybe we don't. Some people say, I will never, I'll give you an example of one of my clients. I'll never be with a person who she doesn't get along with her dad. Okay. That's his core value. I mean, some people do, some people don't, right? By the way, for disclaimer, I have a great relationship with my dad and my mom today, which is working on me, right? So that's values, right? When you go to a restaurant, there are values in a second. How they treat the waiter, did they pull the chair, all this behavior, who paid. I mean, today, this thing that women have to pay, God help me. Help! What are we going to do with this, ladies? Tell me.
God.
What are we going to do with them?
Hi.
Right?
I don't know. I think it's interesting when women say that they want to pay for their half. And I think it's interesting when they think that they're, so here's an exception. I don't believe that women, I don't believe that women should pay. But what's funny is that my mom, the only exception to this is my mom, when she found out that we were starting to go to clubs at a very young age.
Yeah.
She was like, don't let a man ever buy you a drink in a bar. You never know if he thinks that he bought you by paying for that $10 drink.
Vita.
Always
Vita
pay for
should
your
be
own
the
drinks.
third V.
Yeah.
That's right.
I love it.
So that's the only exception is like when you're there, but not when you're like together.
Beautiful. So I told you we're going to talk about transactional relationship and not reciprocal. So that's right. Okay. So vibe. And ladies, listen to that. Don't let a man buy you a drink and think that he can take you home.
100%.
Ever. He can buy you a drink. You can say yes.
Or even be
but
able
he
to
cannot
talk to
drink
you after
home.
that. It's
Exactly.
just, yeah.
Yeah, I was just an extreme because women do that.
Right.
Vibe, values. And the third one, this is where I said sitting and talking to someone, is the vision.
That's right.
We
Like your
skip
future.
That's amazing.
I want to have kids. I don't want to have kids. I
You
want to have
nailed
two
it.
dogs. Right?
That's exactly it.
That's it. The 3 V's: vibe, values, vision. Right? I want to live in Australia. I want to live in a village in Bali. I don't know. Whatever
Or
it
I
is.
want to have kids or I don't.
That's what I said. Kids or not kids.
Oh, right,
I want to
right.
go to school. I want to work. I'm a career woman. I want to work, but I don't want you to work. Or I want to stay
Right.
home. But all this conversation needs to be before and not after 3 kids. And oh my God, what do I do now?
Another thing that a friend of mine is going through is that they haven't started their family yet, and the husband thinks that the wife should stop working when she gets pregnant. But the problem is that then she is giving up in her opinion, her autonomy and independence. She's worried about losing control over them as a couple. It's really, really tricky to be in this world where families rely on dual income, but also I don't believe that someone who's a mom should work. I think that when you're a mom, you should be fully devoted to everything that they need.
I think it depends their age. It depends what you're doing. I also believe that women should be doing something outside. And this could be an hour a day, even being creative, but outside of being a mom and a wife, because so many women lose themselves. And, it's hard when you have little kids. I raised them, now I'm doing the podcast. Now I'm going after my projects. But guess what started to happen? I started to have thyroid problems. Why? You know what thyroid is? When's it going to be my turn to be creative? And everyone should be creating all the time. But I also understand what you're saying. I do think moms should have that choice. Now, going to work full time and not being there, yeah, I do think that having a mom versus a nanny, I'm not saying not have a nanny at certain times, have breaks, be the best mom you can be, but
Yes.
not being around at all,
Right.
but
It's all a balance.
Yeah.
It's all about the balance. I mean, if the family can allow, some families cannot allow, right? Absolutely stay at home, especially 0 to 5. This is the most crucial
Yeah.
time with your kids. And some families can allow themselves, for the woman not to work. And then the kids, and I see it again and again, are stuck with the nanny. So there is no really interaction, real fun, creative time with the children, which means sit on the floor without any movie. I mean, today, fun time with families is a movie night.
right. Right.
No external, no screens. It's just internal, and there's so many little tricks. Before I was a couple, before I started all my love and relationship, that's how I started. I was actually a family. I worked all with families, and this is how the need to, oh my God, all these women and men came to me and talked to me about their relationships. And I thought, okay, we should upgrade and evolve. And, there's so many little ways just to be with your kids. Look at them in the eyes. Like you said, what do they want to hear, their kids? I'm seen, right? Not mommy's working, daddy's working. So absolutely. But
Even if you are watching a movie with them, they'll see me check don't look at your phone.
Yeah.
They want you to be
right?
present with them. That's all. Just being
Yes.
present. It's so hard in this world today. One of the things I want to ask you, and we've touched on this before, is, women can be in their masculine or feminine. Talk to us about, I think men would want you in your feminine, but a lot of the time women who are in certain relationships, traumatic relationships, or they're the provider or whatever it is, they have to turn on the masculine.
Right.
What have you seen with this topic?
So we all have masculine energy and feminine energy. It depends on when we're turning it on and when we're turning the other energy on. So when we are in work mode, right, or when we're organizing on where we're kids, we're masculine energy because we need to have things done, right? Maybe I shouldn't say most, but a lot of the women that I see, they coming home with this energy and they pull this energy on their partnership. Okay, so this is my little trick. If we are a career woman, right? You're a career woman, a business woman outside of the home. Inside of the home, you are woman with a career. You're a career woman outside, business woman outside, and you are a woman with a business. Your first woman with a career. How does it look like to be first a woman with a career, which is different than a career woman? How does it look like?
We're perfectly capable of shifting gears. We know how to do and focus and multitask. We can do anything.
But it's really going into that softness,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
And that's a hard switch.
Yeah.
I'm in my masculine a lot of the time because, I want to be the leader. I want to get things done.
Yeah.
But it's about switching because I think men are more attracted to that softness.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
what they crave.
Yeah, and women sometimes don't know how to do it,
Yeah.
right? How do I go into my soft, accepting?
And they have to feel emotionally safe, right?
Exactly. How do I? And that's the thing. How do I feel safe to show my feminine? To show my even go into childish, right? Men love when we are a little childish. They do, because there is no walls. There is no something that they like that.
You're
we like that.
vulnerable.
When you're with your girlfriend, how do we behave? Come on, let's be real.
Yeah.
We're
You're right.
all it's fun. And by the way, that's sex. I know you want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Sex is all about having fun.
Yeah.
It's kids together. Have you ever seen kids playing like when they're, 3 or 4? They go into imagination, they have an imaginary friend they talking to.
My son is in that phase right now.
Oh, how old is he?
He's 6.
He's 6. And tell me about his imagination world.
He can play a game with all by himself. I also do it when I'm there. But when I'm not, he is totally talking and playing all the roles of all the,
Isn't that amazing?
How do we get into that state?
Yeah. So I love the word allow. Allow first of all, it's a lot of work on your inner child. I'm sure you talked about it because it's all about healing the child. I have a lot of meditation that I do with my clients about meeting your inner child. Meeting her. What is she wearing? What is she doing? tell her that you love her. You're there. And the more you get closer and heal it, she will come out. I mean, I tell you, my inner child in my marriage, it's something that I always talk about. My laugh was criticized upon. Because I have a big laugh. I mean, but I was always like, oh my God, I'm laughing now, so I shouldn't. So I even
I'm too
measure.
much.
Oh, that
I'm
would make
too
me
much.
so mad.
Yeah.
I measure my laughs. And today, oh God, I'm dancing, I'm wearing crazy clothes, I'm happy. And when I'm happy with me, guess what happens to everyone around?
Everyone else
Just
is happy.
vibrate.
Right. When you're happy, when you are happy within, not just, what social media wants us to do. How many times you've been to restaurants and you see this? It's like,
I wanted to create a social media platform where you show how you're really feeling.
That's
I
funny.
was like, not the bullshit, the real. But you're right. When I was a practicing hypnotherapist, one of the first things I would do inner child therapy with my clients. And there was not one person that when they say, go meet your inner, I would take them down the stairs and I'm like, look at you as a child. And everyone would see the year that they were hurt.
Yes.
That's how old you are. And I wouldn't tell them how old.
yeah.
Grown men, it didn't matter, 70-year-old men bawling in my chair and having a conversation and you parenting that child how you would want to be. It's so powerful. It's one of the most powerful therapies.
I have goosebumps all over when you said that you do it. Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
And can you imagine now you and your partner meeting, because it's all soul connection, right? Meeting at the same age. So meeting each other. I have really
that is really
on
sweet.
that moment. So be
That's
very
really sweet.
vulnerable. And to me, I see this is the time that I was really hurt. And you're not going to criticize me or bring it in the future because I'm very honest with you. Bring it and now meeting me there. That's true connection.
That's incredible.
That's a lot of, wow, you went through it. And I'm not gonna bring it when things are intense. Oh, you behave like that because you went through it. Many couples do that, by the way. They pull the card because they know that about you. No, I'm meeting you there, and I bring my own kid who was hurt.
How often do you think people get married these days for love?
As long as they want. No.
No, like how?
No, she's saying
how
what's
prevalent-
transactional
How
versus-
prevalent do you think? Because we know we have arranged marriages in still today.
Yeah.
But then the notion is that everyone is falling in love and getting married. Is that in your research and experience? Is that what people are doing? Because if that's the case, then they're falling in love and choosing each other, and then they're having regression or falling out or having conflict. Isn't it? Love and intimacy and sex is all about conflict resolution, right? Your ability to get through what life brings to your marriage.
Ooh, you asked like 7 questions
I
in
know.
one.
Yeah,
And
that's
I was
Let
going
me-
to tack on an additional one, but I'll wait. So many questions. No, and in addition to that, once you answer that, I want to know the couples that you see that are in healthy, long marriages. What's their key to success? But
So
those
I'm
are
going to
good
start
questions.
with and then I'm going to go there.
Yeah.
It's actually both of you. You said they choose each other and then they get married. And then they think that you should stop choosing each other because you already chose each other when somebody ordained this agreement, which is written agreement or government agreement or religious agreement or something, right? So I chose, that's it. Because I'm stuck with this person. Or, okay, I chose this person. The trick, and that's by the way, I love when I go to any party or anything like that, I ask people that are together, what's your secret? I've asked hundreds of couples, what's your secrets? Hundreds in every age. And the secret is that from asking so many is, we choose each other every day.
Nice.
I tell my partner and he tells me every day, I choose you today. We are actually wearing, I love this story, we're wearing the same very silly thing.
Sweet.
That's cute.
The first date we had, it was actually in March. So, when you have cheers
Spring.
with someone, what do you say when you cheer with someone? Like cheers or chaim or something, right? You say, I have no idea where it came to me. I mean, maybe I do because I'm connected. I said, Happy New Now. And he looked at me and he's like, Happy New Now.
Cute.
And you know, in the beginning when you were like, is it going there or not? We're like, Happy New Now, baby. Happy New Now. I'm choosing you now. And then again, we go through something and we don't know. And one of us will do that when one of us feels like, ooh, I'm like, Happy New Now. Happy New Now. It's all in the now. And one of our friend, made that. He's like, what would you like me to write? People say gratitude. And I said, can you feed Happy New Now? It's this, and we're both wearing it. This little thing, Happy
That's
New
pretty.
Now.
Love that.
I like the idea because then throughout the day, it's your mantra and you're wearing it on your body for
To
your
not
relationship.
dwell in the past.
Yeah,
Look
or
forward.
the future, because when one leg is in the past, one leg in the future, what do you
Anxiety
do?
and depression.
You pee in the present. Anxiety, depression, thyroid.
Yeah.
The vision, the third V,
Yes.
is where it's after you are married, right? Isn't that because the first one was vibe, then values. So you decide that you are vibing and you share enough values, and then you're hoping that you're setting a path together. And then how often do people honor that third piece?
And shouldn't you have the vision before you get married?
Okay.
Maybe that's
I
the
think
problem.
I think I'm assuming that
You
we
should.
think
I
we do.
love this
That we think we
conversation.
do.
It's like, when?
I'm assuming that we think we do.
But we
We
probably
don't,
don't.
we don't go into a marriage and say, I'm engaged to this guy. Oh, what does he tell me about him? I don't know what he wants for the future. No, we talk
think
about
we
it.
do.
Yeah.
So the answer is throughout.
Throughout.
My partner and I do new moon intention every new moon, and it's a whole course that I'm teaching about manifestation. We sit by ourselves, sometimes together, but by ourselves, and we do this thing which is called a new moon intention, and we do what happens, not what we want, right? Because that's manifestation. What is happening this month? And every month we do
Every
that.
month. And
every month.
is there something, is that specific to you guys, or is what's happening with the moon? I don't understand the question.
Great question. I don't want to go into it because it's really deep, but it answered the question of the vision. So we are extreme. We're doing it every month, but couples should do it. I mean, I don't know what my visions are for 20 years from today. I don't know, right? But when I have couples that are 70, they're like, so what do we want to? I have a couple that he really wants to stay home. She wants to go to a elder house. Like, that's their conversation right now. And they're fighting over it. And they're married, they're great. But each one of them has a different vision. But it's about coming and talking about it, because now they're in the age of talking about it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have no idea. I want to move to, I don't know.
Yeah, some
it's
people
every
at this
time, yeah.
era, some want to travel and some want to stay home.
Yeah.
My friends, they're in their 80s or 70s at the time, and one of them became more and more. What is it called when you're afraid to go out?
Isolated?
Like yeah, all three of those. Yeah, they became more and more comfortable inside, and whereas the other one wanted to go out and explore, and that was very difficult unless they said, you do your version and I'll do mine.
Exactly. Right? So that needs to be met and not act, because things that people act their feelings, right? Most of us, we act the feelings. When you can talk about your feelings, this is when people meet. This is what we do in therapy, because it's, we talk, we look. Okay, so instead of acting what I want and do it just because it's happening, come and talk about it and say, oh, that's what I want. How many people don't even know what they want?
You don't. But also, we live in a world now, and we could talk about this, is, we live in this world where a lot of people, they work all day, they get home, they have the kids, they have homework, they have this, they have that.
Yeah.
By the time I have friends, they're like, by the time we get in bed, there's no time for sex, there's no time
I'm
to talk,
tired, I
I'm
have a
so
headache.
exhausted, rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
So is it now scheduling in time and also talk about the importance of sex, especially once the honeymoon period is, once you're 15 years into it. Because for me, I tell my husband, if we ever, and thank God he always wants it, but I'm like, if we ever stop having sex, like that's a hard no for me, because I don't necessarily, as I'm getting older, I physically, honestly, I could be cool with like once a week. But when I do have that connection, I do feel that he's more attentive after for that week. And he's so more, emotionally connected to me. And I feel like my friends that don't have sex, it's like a roommate situation. And then they don't even care to deal with your nonsense because I feel like, is this true that women need the emotional safety and then the physical comes, and the men need the physical to open up emotionally?
Yeah. And I have a couple that actually he is refraining right now from not having sex and she really craves it, right?
Why is he doing that?
He has his own workload, and I'm trying to say things without like really intense work and life change that for months. And she's the one that, please see me. I also need that. So again,
It's like
masculine
he's
energy,
basically
feminine
like
energy.
deciding celibacy during their marriage as a choice.
I don't think he decides it. It's like women. It's like women, we really don't decide, now I'm going to go to celibacy. It's like every night, it's like, I'm too tired and I have things in my mind and I have the kids and tomorrow I have whatever it is. It's not that women go, or men, oh, now I'm not going to have sex, right? I mean, some people do it in dating. They're not going to go to dating. They're not going to sex.
But it
when
just
you're in
kinda
partnership,
happens.
exactly. And then the more it happens, it's really hard to break because then you feel like you said it before, like someone tried to change and it's like, what are you doing? Like, what is it? That all of a sudden you come with, by the one of the social medias I heard, if the man starts giving you flowers and changes behavior, he's cheating on you. Social media,
so
help.
stupid.
I'm confused though about
Please.
what you said. You're saying that there are couples out there that one of them, the woman, wants sex and the husband is choosing to prioritize his career.
Yep.
And
By the way, it happens with any addiction. So work addiction, substance addiction, behavior, like gamers won't have a lot of sex with their wives or woman partner because they're preferring something else, which is a different dopamine.
But how important is sex, and how many times a week, and what have you seen, working with couples?
Yeah, I love this question. It's a question that always comes. So sex is intimate together, and sex doesn't start in the bedroom, right? Sex doesn't start in the bedroom. And that's the problem of a lot of couples because they're like, we need to have sex. Sex starts in the morning. Check, right?
Yeah.
When you go to meet a friend, when you do like a girls' night out, right? You start thinking about it in the morning, right? Right.
Sure, like what am I going to wear? What time are we going?
Where are we going to go? What
hair?
restaurants? My hair. It's all of it, right? That's exactly with sex. Exactly. And you asked scheduled or not. Yes, if you have little kids in the house, absolutely scheduled. Is it fun to do it spontaneously? Of course. But sometimes we need play dates. So it's exactly like children. Remember I told you that sex is like being a kid. And you told me about your son that he's playing.
Active imagination.
It's active imagination. When you shut off the active imagination and you think about what's the other person want, how do I perform? When you buy lingerie for somebody else and not for you, when you buy toys for somebody else and not for you, I mean, only for someone else, right? This is when it's not fun. It's a chore. I do it for somebody else. When you start with, I know I have this thing Yvette loves when I say this story, so I'm going to say it to you. I have a whole place in my closet, okay, with little pouches, with lots of fun, amazing outfits. Name it, I have it.
Oh, okay. Role playing type of
Hats,
thing.
outfits, socks, matching everything. It's earrings, and I just become whatever I want.
Do you know what I
and it's
love?
fun.
I love the couples that will meet at a bar and pretend to be strangers.
We do that.
That is so fun.
Yeah.
The idea of it. I think it would be really smart also for you to share with the people that are breaking back into sex now that their kids are like, I felt this at kindergarten. I felt like it might have been like when we circled back to the marriage is like when you're awkward because it's been a while, and then you got back there. You broke through.
Yeah, I have friends that say it's awkward.
Yeah.
It's really awkward.
It was, I can share that my experience was for a while, it was during the, not just breastfeeding and infant stage, but it was like then learning to love my body and connect again with my own, it was so difficult for me to be nude, and I was always naked, like everywhere. And then I realized that I really need to get with myself and then go back to that playful child that was curious, and we would spend hours in bed together. And you kind of had to go back to that place where it was like, oh, cancel the morning, not jumping out of bed and going to your classes or doing anything. Stay there, and there was this exercise they taught us to just have eye contact with your partner and not look away. Yeah. And like what happens over the course of seconds and minutes when you're just
I did landmark education, just the first one. You had to stand toe to toe with the stranger.
Yes.
And do that.
Yeah.
It was so awkward. People just started crying. Like, it was so awkward.
And then in the retreats that I do, you do it with 2 circles, inside and outside, and it's with music, and then you change. So you look at someone, then you change, and then you see, wow, I haven't seen so much. So going backwards, not only meeting in bar and pretending you don't know, I do it with my couples all the time. Have a time, say, we're meeting today in our bar in the living room. The kids are sleeping. Everybody is going to you go to different rooms and you get dressed. Okay. And you meet in the living room. It's such a fun trick because, again, intimacy, sex doesn't start in the bedroom. It can start and then he's like, would you like to drink? And then he makes you a drink in the kitchen. And it's like, whoa, he can be my man. And you don't even have to work. I mean, to go outside. Right. And that really for couples that they cannot go outside, but definitely in a bar, it is the playtime, right? And then about women, I mean, our body is being, quote unquote, right, used to bring such a miracle from being pregnant to having a baby in 6 weeks, not having sex, to the pain, to all of it, right? I mean, breastfeeding. I mean, I breastfed both of my kids up to 14 months. I was a machine. I was a machine that was, for someone else, right? Mm-hmm. But with it, knowing how to still feel your body in a way of a woman. Remember, we are businesswomen and we're a woman with a business, right? Mm-hmm. So we're first a woman. And what can I do? So I told you I love dancing. I never danced so much as I'm dancing after my divorce. Find your trick. It's not only about yoga and Pilates when you are like stretching to lose the pound or to make your, butt really squeeze, but do something to feel your body. Dance is great. Yoga, but not a yoga of like, there's so many kinds of
like
yoga.
A flowy kind of one.
Exactly. Yeah. There is so many classes to go and meet your body. And the first thing before you're going to go to bed, I would say to couples, look at each other's eyes. I love it. But also touch each other without having sex. That's some assignments that I give to my couples, certain couples. They have to go to bed and just learn the curves again. Because he's changed. Duh. You changed. So learn the curves again and tell each other, oh, I love this shoulder. Mm-hmm. Ooh, I like this thigh. Like, oh, what do you see?
It's so true.
Right?
Yeah. But you're right. It does start earlier because my husband will flirt with me. He'll grab my tush. When the kids aren't looking, I'm like, oh, he wants it. But it is. It's funny. And then, when we go out to dinner, it's the ongoing joke. Everybody laughs because I'll order a drink. He goes, oh, are we hanging out?
I love that.
And he loves when I have a drink or two because... Yeah, I'm much more loose. I'm not. I have I don't know. It's hard for me to just let go. And when I have a couple drinks in me, it is much better. So he loves, it's like, want a drink? Want a refill?
Because
everyone now, when they order drinks, I'll look at them. Are we hanging out?
I love that.
But yeah,
the frontal lobe is sharp when you're drinking, right? That's why we can
but
make decisions.
it's leading up all day. You're right. It's not, thank God we don't, that I think has kept us together in really hard times. That I always tell him, I'm like, even if we get a divorce one day, like I feel like we'll still call each other and be like, want to come over?
Because
It's so important. I couldn't imagine not. And even when he goes like a week, because I'm used to him being the initiator, which that was the last question I had for you about women. It's uncomfortable for me to initiate.
Yeah.
And I know he would love that.
Oh,
but even there's a week where he's stressed and I'm like, wait, he's not like desiring, even if I'm like, thank God it's like a week off, but I'm like, wait a minute, like, where's the desire? Women want to be desired.
Yes.
Even if you don't feel like having sex, you want to know that they want you.
Right. And that's why with partners, it's really, when I work with a man, it's really important that what is it that do you desire? Okay. Do you desire the connection with a woman? Okay. Because sex is a whole array of things. Or do you desire to just ejaculate and, okay, I've done it, I'm good. Right. What is it in this intimacy, in this sexual touch that the man and the woman desire? And that's a work also to do, because man has one huge fear. Do you know what men fear is?
What?
To be rejected.
Rejection.
They're like, their fear is so huge that women don't even understand that.
There was a 2-week period that Trevor and I went through and he didn't try. And I was like, I was spiraling, and he's the most honest man. So I wasn't like, oh my God, is there another girl? But it was just, what's going on? Does he not want me anymore? And he said, I just felt like he didn't want it. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't like to be, you're right. Rejection is scary.
Very, very, especially to men. It's the biggest fear.
And what about women initiating? Is that important to men?
Absolutely. Do you know how fun it is when you feel that you do it because you want it? Again,
why is that scary for me?
Scary to,
I don't know. It's
you
hard
have
for
to-
me to initiate.
Let's
I
talk
T
about why.
M I C
I don't know.
A B C D E F G.
what does it mean?
Into
ABCD?
me,
The
I
intimacy to be into myself.
Oh.
You got to practice it. If it's uncomfortable, you have to practice.
And that's the part that
After
you have
4
to
drinks.
work with to go into.
Yeah,
I could do it with
What
the
if he
drinks.
asked you for
but
a
What does it
striptease?
mean for you? How would it look like if you would initiate? How does it look like?
I don't know. Just even starting physical with him.
Like straddle. Get on top.
Something. Yeah.
And it's really not even physical. It's just going and touching in a place that he will know. The one fear of women to initiate is, now they will want it all the time.
Oh,
If I'll initiate one time, then he'll think that I'm going to initiate more. So I don't want to teach him that.
Yeah.
So he will know that I know how to
I don't
initiate.
think that's a fear. For me, I think it's just
What is it?
uncomfortable.
I have a question.
uncomfortable.
Wait a second. The easiest way I would imagine if you were going to try it would be in bed while you guys are laying down, that you would just like cradle.
Put a hand on. Yeah.
Yeah, like even just like when you guys are big spoon, little spoon.
Yeah.
Right? That would be the easiest
Yeah,
way, right?
subtly.
Subtle, yeah.
She knows how to do it. That's what I said. How does it look
Right,
like?
but I'm asking
It's
like,
it's
is
the
that
block.
is that too forward?
No. It's not. I guess
Somebody-
I'm also just take it for granted that he always initiates, right? Yeah.
Surprise yourself. So this is it. It's not surprise him. Surprise yourself and see
like
what
that.
happens. Because when
That's
you do it
right.
for you, it's something else. When you do it for him, it's like, but
You're right.
do it for you. Celebrate you. And see what
Because
happens.
he would love it.
Oh,
The
he
best
would
thing
love
is
it.
that he would love it, and also the best thing is that that you would not be, speaking of rejection, you would blow him away. So like that would kind of motivate you to be like, this is fun. And I also sometimes I'll watch a movie like the Selma Hayek with the Channing Tatum. It was, and the way that you see what she unlocked in herself when she became intimate with him was like that wild woman inside of you that wants to like come out and
And the fun part to surprise men, okay, with being to initiate. Okay. So, and by the way, remember when I said dancing and all that including to do really even belly dancing or pole dancing. That will go back into you being the wild you. Okay. That's just a footnote. But when you pretend you're very tired, because they're like, oh God, she's really tired. So you hide your whatever you want to wear, even if it's a sexy robe, in the bathroom. Oh, I'm so tired. And you go, and then you come up with this thing, and they're just like, whoa. Like, what?
Amazing.
That's a lot. I even wear like high heels if you want, and they will be like, whoa. So all of their senses are really, really quiet. They're like, oh, we're going to bed. She's tired. She said she's tired. We're coming back. Right. And then you, what? And the senses will kind of like come really, really hard. Try that. It's a really fun one.
Okay. And last question.
Yeah.
For healthy couples at this age, how many, is there like a,
What is
how
that
many
age?
times a week sex?
Yeah.
You know, because I have friends that ask all the time, like how many
Everybody
times?
asks me that. How many times?
It does. Is it just depending on the couple?
7? No, but no, I'm joking. So the minimum, what I recommend is 2.
Okay.
1 is planned. So, okay, let's say Saturday we're going to dinner. If you have little kids, have sex before dinner, because you have to wake up at 5, 6, 7. Okay, so have sex before dinner if, kids are older and you can play longer, or dinner is early. So 1 time planned, and 1 time not planned, just, the ordinary vanilla. Let's have it
Vanilla.
fun, that's it, you know what I mean? Right? So minimum of 2. If it's less than 2,
You have a problem.
I wouldn't say problem, but your connection needs to be looked at.
Okay.
Then it goes into transactional, reversed reciprocal. It's more about, what do I get from this? We are having a business. We're not having a relationship, right? Have a roommate.
And then also the sex, when you have it, has to feel like
Probably
it
feels
was
mechanical.
it can't feel like
A transaction.
mechanical. It has to feel like a connection.
And remember, we talked about many times, we live in a world of transactional relationships. I mean, we live here, right, in this beautiful city. I'm pretty, you're rich. I'm rich, you're this. I know this, so you can get this. It's all about, what do I give? What do I take? What do I give? It's constant. Instead of 2 people coming and I'm just me. Like literally, like you said, it's the naked. That's into me, I see. It's not about, what do I give you in order to get.
Yeah.
It's reciprocal. That's one of the things that I think that I work the most with single women. Knowing that they can just be without trying to do, to be, to any other thing, or to take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if people want a session, if they want to listen to your TED Talk, if they want to buy your books, is there one website that they can go to?
Yeah, so it's Dr. Etel Leit, DrEtelleit.com. They can go to all of my socials, YouTube, TEDx. It's all with my name, Etel Leit.
And are you still seeing patients?
So I have a waiting list of at least 3 months right now.
Okay.
But if you put your name and wait, yes, I will see you, and we will change together your life.
Yeah. Amazing.
That's the most important
And
thing.
we want to have you back of one of our Dare to Heal panels. So we'll be bringing you back. There's so much more to cover, but thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
That was great.
That was awesome. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you for tuning in and listening to this week's episode of Heal to Feel. You can write in and ask your questions on our show's IG page at H2F Pod, and we'll address your questions on next week's episode. If this episode helped you, we would love for you to share it with your friends and family. Share the fun with all those that can benefit from a good laugh or cry with us. Please rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and we would greatly appreciate you.